Hello everyone, welcome you all in my new video. In this video, I am going to solve a problem related to Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So the problem is the stability field boundary between two minerals A and B is linear with a positive slope in PT space. So here the space is pressure and temperature. So the molar entropy of A and B are 85.5 and 92.5 joules per Kelvin. So here given as molar entropy, which is represented by SA. So SA, which is equals to 85.5 joule per Kelvin. This is equation 1. Next is SB, which is 92.5 joule per Kelvin. This is equation 2. Now their respective molar volume, which is VA, are 35.5 centimeter cube, and VB, which is equals to 38.2 cc, means centimeter cube. So if we consider this as equation number 3, so the slope of the phase boundary in PT space. So in pressure temperature space, the slope of phase boundary, which is given by Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So first we will derive the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So now I'm going to derive the Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So the first law of thermodynamics says if we supply a small amount of heat to any system, if we supply a small amount of heat, that is, if we consider this as dq amount of heat, if we supply to any system, then it will be used as change in internal energy of that system and work done by system or work done on the system. So here dq is the small amount of the energy which is supplies to a system, and du, which is internal, du is change in the internal energy, where u is your internal energy. So change in internal energy, and dw is the work done by the system or on the system. So this is your first law of thermodynamics, or it can be written as dq, which is equals to du, and dw is can be written as p dv. So this will be equation 4 and this will be equation 5. So this is your equation number 5, and this is the first law of thermodynamics. Now next is second law of thermodynamics, which is the relation between heat supply and entropy. So the dq, which is equals to T ds. So this is your second law of thermodynamics. So from 5 and 6, from equation 5 and 6, what we will get? T ds, which is equals to du plus p dv, or we can write as change in internal energy, which is equals to T ds minus p dv. So this is your equation number 7. So the change in internal energy, which is equals to TdS minus PdV. So this is equation number 7. Now another physical quantity, that is Helmholtz function, or you can say Helmholtz free energy, which is given by F and equals to U, that is internal energy, minus Ts. So this is the expression for Helmholtz function. So if we consider there is a change in Helmholtz function, so that will be a small amount of change, so that will be df, which is equals to du minus d of Ts, or you can write df, which is equals to du minus T ds minus s dt. This is the same like if we find differentiation of a plus b, so differentiation is distributed, that is dA by dx plus dB by dx. And one more thing, if we do differentiation of a into b, so that will give a into differentiation of b with respect to x plus b into differentiation of a with respect to x. So these two identity I use here, so this expression we will get. So this will be considered as equation number 8. Now equation 7, that is this equation, and equation 8, if we combine, so df and the value of du from equation number 7 is tds minus tds minus p dv minus tds minus s dt. So this term tds and minus tds will cancel out, so that will give df, which is equals to minus p dv minus s dt. So this is the change in Helmholtz free energy or Helmholtz function. So here you can see that the change in Helmholtz function is the function of volume and temperature. So F is depend on these two variables. So if we consider volume as a constant, that means V, change in V will be, if we consider volume as a constant, which means V is any constant, so dV will be 0, because if there is a function, so there that is constant, so there will be no any change. So df can be written as del f, which is equals to minus p, and dv is 0 minus s, and dt will be written as del t. Here d is changed into del, because here d is perfect differentiation and del is partial differentiation. The difference is del is differentiate partially differentiation, which means we differentiate only with respect to one function and all other functions are constant. So here v is your constant, that's why we convert d as a del. So del f, which is equals to minus s del t, or you can write as del f upon del t, and what we write at constant v. So constant will write here as a suffix, so that will be minus s. So this equation will be considered as equation number 9. So again, now what we consider here, we consider volume as a constant. Now we will consider temperature as a constant. So that will give, if we consider temperature as constant, so what will give df, which is equals to minus p dv minus s, and dt will be 0 because t is your constant. So dt will be 0. So del will be converted in, sorry, d will be converted into del. So that del f, which is equals to del v minus s into 0. So del f by del v, which is equals to minus p and at constant t. So this is another equation, and consider as equation number 10. So if we consider f, that is Helmholtz function, and the change is f is change in Helmholtz function, which is perfect differential. The meaning of perfect differential is del 2f divided by del x del y, which is equals to del 2f divided by del y del x, which means if f is any function of x square plus 2xy plus y square, so if we consider del f by del x, so that will give 2x plus 2y, and if we find del f by del y, so that will give 2x plus 2y. Again, if we differentiate del 2f by del y del x, which is give only 2, and del 2f by del x del y, which will give 2. So here what I did, from this step to this step, just differentiate with respect to x and taking y as a constant. So from here f is x square plus 2xy plus y square. So del f by del x, which is means only we differentiate here with respect to x, and all other numericals identity will be constant. So here y will be constant, so that will give 2x plus 2y. Simply if we differentiate with respect to y, so that will give del f del y, which is equals to 2x plus 2y. So this is the concept of partial differentiation. So if df is perfect differential, though, so that condition will be hold. So here what I did, just differentiate it with respect to v. So del 2f del v del t will give minus del s del v, and from equation 10, from this equation 10, del 2f and del t del v, which is equals to del p over del t, and constant will be v and constant will be t. So this is equation 11 and this will be equation 12. So from equation 11 and 12, you can see here this and this term is equal because df is your perfect differential. So that will give del F del V del T, which is equals to minus of del P del T of constant V. So if we cancel out minus sign, so that will give del F by del V, sorry, this is your del S at constant T, which is equals to del P by del T at constant V. So here you can see dP by dt, which is your slope, and del S by del T. So if we generalize this, you can write this equation in this form. So dP by dt is your slope, which is equals to the ratio of change in entropy and change in volume. So this is your Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So dP by dt, which is equals to del V by del S by del V. So del S by del V. So del S means SB minus SA, which is divided by VB minus VA. So the value will be 92.5 minus 85.5, and which is divided by 38.2. Here the unit is Cc and this entropy unit is joule per Kelvin. So this is in MKS unit and this is in CGS unit. So the unit will be same. So we consider Cc into Cc means centimeter cube into meter cube. So 35.5 Cc will be written as into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube, and that will written as 38.2 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. So 38 minus 35.5 into 10 to the power minus 6. So dP by dt, which is equals to 7 and divided by 2.7 into 10 to the power minus 6, and the unit will be Pascal per Kelvin. So dP by dt, which is equals to 2.59 into 10 to the power 6 Pascal per Kelvin, or you can convert into another unit because the question is asked in bar. So here you can see the question is asked, the answer is asked in bar. So 1 Pascal is equals to 10 to the power 5 bar. So dP over dt, which is equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power here I write just opposite 1 bar, which is equals to 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So into 10 to the power 5 Pascal per Kelvin. So that will give 2.5 into 10, and 10 to the power 5 Pascal will convert into 1 bar per Kelvin. So that will give 2.5 into 10 bar per Kelvin, or you can write as 2.5, 9 I skip, so 2.59 into 10, so that will give 25.9. So the slope will be 25.9 bar per Kelvin. So your answer will be 25.9 bar and unit will be bar per Kelvin. So if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.